Hello everybody. So, like I said, I'm going to be showing you some of the tools on how with which you can imitate a design. Now, what is important is that you need to know the tools. You need to know how much is possible or what is obtainable on Canva before you know, because you can see a concept and you may want to copy it, but you may not have the tools on Canva to do so. So you first have to know what is available. Okay, now let me take this plus sign. This is where you get all the tools from. You click on this, you can add a text of your own this way. Just tap on it and the network is a problem now. Okay, now any design you do will be saved under your designs. It doesn't matter whether your phone goes off in the middle of a design, because you're working online. It will be saved to the internet, to the cloud. So that's good to have. So let me start afresh from this one. Like you see the one I was just doing now. See, it's still here. So you click on the plus sign. You can add some text of your own. From there you can adjust how it looks, the positioning, or the arrangement of the text. If you want it to be centralized, justified. Okay, it doesn't have justified. It has indents to left, indents to right, and centralized. You can bolden, you can italicize, you can make it all capital, you can change the fonts. Some of the fonts you can type them. I have Helvetica. I'm sure you've seen this in other videos. You just select it and it goes, you tick here. You can increase the fonts either by typing the number you want or by dragging this. See that? You can change the spacing, how the alphabets relate with each other. See that? You can make the alphabets to be compressed to each other. You can make it to spread out. You can make it to spread out the height of the alphabets. The spacing from each line, or the spacing between each line of text, can be adjusted. So okay, now when you come over to illustrations, you can add moving objects. You can add stickers. You can add stickers, things that are moving, for like we call it animated flyers. Look at, what if I take coin, for example. Let's say I want to do a flyer on earn or business or trade, maybe forex kind of something. Now network is just the issue here now. Okay, let me cancel this. It's not okay. Now look at this one, for example. This is not a coin, but I think it will just be good for our demonstration. Oh man, good. Now let me change this background. If you tap on this anything you tap will be selected, then you can work on that thing. Now if you tap on this background, you can add images to it, or their own images from Canva, or you can just put a color instead. Now let me use white. You see that? So you see this thing is moving. Now in this case, when you export this work, this is how you export it, from this blue arrow. Why is it a blue arrow? Because it will be exported as a video. Normally it should be a white arrow that points down for a picture, but this time around it will be exported as what? A video, an MP4. You see that? So that's how it will be like. If you go to your gallery now, you'll see this job. It has been saved. Let's continue. Illustration. Under illustration, you will see frames. Now a frame is made to contain either a video or an image. It may not always work, but most of them will work, or many of them will work. So let's say you want to make a flyer and you want to show people's faces, people's images, people's pictures or objects. You can use a frame. Let me remove this Go back there, frame. So this is a frame. Now while it is highlighted, look at it, it's not highlighted now. If I tap it, it is highlighted. While it is highlighted, you now go to gallery. You see that? And anything you put in there, like the video we just downloaded now. So the video we just downloaded now, put it there. Just tap on it. You see it's showing inside that frame. Now you may not appreciate it because that frame is not, it doesn't have an outline. So let me look for a frame that has a colored outline. You understand now? For a frame that has a colored outline. Let me see. There's so many of them. So many of them. Especially these ones that look like shapes. They will usually give you what you want. Now, this box is to change the color of the outline. So let me use blue. While this other box is to put something into, come to gallery, into the frame. So see that. Now let me change this background so that you see exactly what we're doing. So let me change this. So this yellow. Please, I'm not designing anything, I'm just showing you the tools. So this is not a design per se. Okay, let me okay this. You see that? So this is what and what's available. There are other things. You can add a video, you can add your images, you can add shapes. You can add shapes. Then you can also rotate them. Like I said, I'm showing you the possibilities. You can reduce this and you can use it as an icon or as an element anywhere. Okay, what else do we have? We have lines. If you move this way, we also have icons, maybe for clock, for warning symbol, bulb. Some of them are free, some of them are not free. See that? Now there is something I want to show you. Some of them are not written boldly, you have to type them, like gradients. There's something we call gradients. Okay, and I'm going to show you where we use this very soon. Gradients, so many of them. Now a gradient is an image that's, or a flat image that has two colors blended into each other. Two colors blended into each other. It gives it some kind of depth or three-dimensional appearance. It makes it look like a solid, more solid object. Okay. Network is just slowing this stuff down. Gradients. There are many under. They are loading. As you can see, this one is loading. Okay. Like this one now. Now you can use these gradients as some kind of design. Let's make here white. Let's use this white background white. You can take this gradient, shrink it, and move it over here, just here. Now there is this type of design they call minimalist design. They just use a big white surface, use one or two icons or two elements, and then write the text. They don't do much. You can now duplicate this one and move this one over here for balance. So one on the top corner, one on the bottom corner, right? You can change the color of the gradient. Like you can see, this gradient is made up of pink and some kind of yellow. I don't know the exact shade of yellow, but it's yellow. If you tap on this, if you tap on it, you can make it blue. That's this one. You can do same to this. You can make this blue, and of course you can do anything with the gradients. Now on color codes, sometimes instead of using pure white, I prefer to use off-white. Off-white is usually FE, FE, FE. Remember our codes are always 6. So this gives me off-white. It's not exactly white. It's just it's not off-white, that's what they call it. Now as this stuff is here now, this is a gradient, right? You can also move this one like this. You can move this one this way, move this one this way. Then look for another type of, sometimes it's good to have a solid gradient under. Now, the thing about designing is there is no specific rule to it. It's just that when you see a good design that makes sense, you will know. Okay, you will know. There is no specific approach. It's art. Art does not have any rules, but it has guidelines, and it has a way it should touch the person watching it or seeing it. So if it can be compelling enough on the emotions, then it's good to go. That's it. I will show you how to use this one. There's one I'm looking for, but network is not allowing it to come up. Okay, good. Now see these ones, this square here, this square. There is another square. Now sometimes gradients can be from up to down. The up can be one color, the down will be another color. Sometimes it will be from left to right. So gradient is not gradients. Sometimes it will be from the center. The center will be one color, the outer layers will be another color. Especially on Microsoft Word, you see that kind of effect. Okay, since those, okay, good. Now you see this one now. This one, the side is somehow pink, the left side, while the right side is purplish or purple, some kind of purple. Whereas this other one, which is still a square, it's more of the top that is light blue, and then the rest of the body is dark blue. So you can use any one you want. Let's say I want to use this. You can do this now. You can shrink this way. You can expand this. Don't be afraid to expand. Always expand. Expand. You can always move it. That's what I mean. You can always adjust, because you can always undo. If you undo it, it will go back to where it was before. So that is your safety. You can undo and you can redo. Now let me select one of the colors I used here before. See that? Okay, let me say use this color. Tap it again, and let me use this one this time around. Or let me use this. I could even use a deeper blue. You know. Make this one this. Okay, you see what I'm trying to do? Now you can write stuff here. This could be like your you can, I'm trying to create a background. So we have these gradients here, and we have this one here as some kind of stabilizer. You understand? It's stabilizing the whole work. It's like it's a background. It's a background that carries the color of these two gradients here, and just makes the whole work look like, okay, this thing is supposed to be blue. It's like a dominant color that you see once you see the design. So that means anything I'm doing, I'll try to make sure that it resembles this background. It has blue, it has pink. No, just be creative. That's it. I can now type a text here. I can type, say welcome so class. Also fonts, we have two types of fonts. We have serif and sans serif. We have fonts that are curvy, the tip of it is curvy, and we have the one that is straight. Now for things that have to do with perfumes, for example, fashion, makeup, flowery things, clothes, you might want to use curvy fonts. I'm not even talking of serif and sans serif now. It's a different thing I'm talking about. For things like tech, you might want to use more stable or solid fonts. So if you go online, you'll see websites where they tell you best fonts, but they are not even hard and fast rules. You can still tweak them. You can still decide to change them and get something different. So let me go with this one, League Spartan. And let me stretch it. Now you have to make sure that it's at a good position. Like, look at those grid lines. This line here that just appeared is called a what? Grid line. It's telling you that this thing is now centralized So you follow those lines sometimes, and they will appear in different spots. You follow them so that your work is aligned. You see that I had to redo it. I could even move this here, and I said I don't like it there. Then I can move this here. Okay. Then I could change the color of this. Make it this, or make it that deep blue. Now I want to show you something very important. It is possible to have a background that is faded by using the transparency tool. Okay. But before I do that, let me first finish up with this text. I can duplicate this. One way to save time is to duplicate text, then edit the duplicate. So I'll edit this duplicate and say simple smartphone solutions. Okay. Then I'll drop this, change this font, or let me leave the font, rather drop the size, and let me say 20. 20 is too small. Let me say 35, too big for me. 30. I could change the color to, instead of using black, you can just use ash. Let everything not be too strong. Even this one, you can tap on it, come here to these 3 dots. Now anywhere you see this sign in anywhere in computing, it means transparency tool. Some parts are strongly white and it fades across, so it's showing that this thing is for fading or for making something transparent. So I can just make it not too strong, 75 thereabout. Now this is just my concept, it doesn't mean that you must do it that way. Now let me also align this. See the grid line is there, the grid line. Okay, now this is a class I had last year, Simple Smartphone Solutions 2019. So that's where that stuff came from. Now I'm done with my design. I don't want to do anything again. Or maybe I could just duplicate this and just put it here. I want it to be very minimalist. Good. Now see what I want to show you. Since I'm talking about smartphones, I can go to images and add the picture of a phone, or I could use their own images images that are on this website, canva.com. Just type here smartphone and then let them come up with something. You use anyone that you like and that is free, except you're ready to make payments. So let me use this one. Now some people don't like using foreign persons. They would like to say they want to use an African. We're in Africa, no problem. You can always get a picture from Pixabay on Splash, on splash.com, pixabay.com, pexels.com, pexels.com, pinterest.com, pinterest.com. There are many places you can get all of this. So you can do this now. Expand this one here, because I don't want it to touch some things. Understand later. Okay, I want it to come out of here. Let me redo this. Now you can see I'm designing on the spot. I didn't come up with any plan, like I said. You have to come up with a plan, like what do you want to do. Sometimes as you become more experienced, you might not need to always do that, but there still has to be some planning, some drafting. Okay, now while this is here, you can send it back. You tap on this button, you see this back sign here, this icon. If you tap on it, it goes back. If you tap on this, it goes up. This disappears when there is no other place for it to go up to. It's at the topmost layer now, so it has no other place to go. That's why that button has disappeared. When you do this, there is now a place for it to come to. you can tap this again. I want it as it's going back. You see this one has now appeared in front. This one has appeared in front. If I tap this again and take it back, up rather, up. You see, it's now on top of everything, but I want it to be at the back of everything. So I keep tapping, keep tapping till it goes to the backmost back. You see, it's now at the back. Everything has come out. Everything has come out. Everything is that was at its back is now at its front. So you keep tapping. You see, it can't go back again. So that button has disappeared. Now you tap on that particular image. You can crop, but we're not cropping now. While you're on that image, go here again, then go to transparency tool and drop the okay, not that. Okay, leave this one like this. Okay, then pick a square. Pick a square. Since what we have in front of us is a square, pick a square. Make that square white or off-white. Okay, this off-white, F-E-F-E-F-E. That's off-white. Expand this square like this. Okay. Now, let this square go to the back of everything, but still be in front of that phone picture. How? This way. You see, it has gone to the back of that gradient, at the back of this, at the back of this, at the back of this. It's coming back. It's now at the back. I want it to be on top of this, so it should just put one here. Now it is covering the phone picture. It is covering the phone picture. It is what? Covering the image of the phone. But I don't want that to happen. So what do? Tap on this and just drop the transparency small. If you do like this, it will show. If you do like this, it will show less. Just drop it to maybe 90, wherever you think is good, but it should not expose this too much. Then adjust where you should adjust. And we have a design. So that's a background down. If you think it's still not good, you can drop it to maybe 87 or 88 and okay it. So you have a background. Welcome to. Now when somebody sees it, they see the phone at the back. They see the phone at the back, the phone image, but it's very mild. Okay, I think I might have to drop this one here. So this is just me playing with elements. What else can I do? I can tap on this now and begin to put my social media handles. For example, Facebook. Type inside here Facebook. Different icons will come up. Then drag it by this by its sides. And most times they keep them here, but align it with other things. Now you can hold it with this direction key instead of touching it by itself. Just hold this surface, this button, this arrow direction button here. Then go back. You don't have to type in new text. Tap on this text, duplicate it, bring it down, edit it, and put your Facebook address. David Braid, not David Bright. David Braid. Now make it small, make it minimalist. So I may need to change that font and use that font I gave you. I said Helvetish, I don't know how to pronounce it. Okay, I don't want to bolden it. I'll leave it this way, but then I'll make it more black. And then drop the font to 23. Or let me say 25. And just move it down here. And okay it. So that's my Facebook address. I can do for my Instagram. Come over here and type Instagram. They are all there, all of them are there. see Instagram, drop it to be the same size as the Facebook. So you have to do a bit of sizing and be patient. You have to be patient till you get it. And it has to also align the same distance with the Facebook one, and then the same distance to this. We talked about alignment. The elements you have a pleasant relationship with each other. So even this Instagram is too big. Now I'm designing, so I may not. I'm teaching rather, so I may not do it accurately. The distance from here to here should be the distance from here to here too. So since that one, something is blocking it, I think I'll move this too. I think I'll move this because of these gradients. So let me move this one here. Now designing needs a bit of patience. Okay, take that one, duplicate it with that button, bring it up, and type the new thing you want to type. On Instagram, I am at DT Breed. Okay, so this saves you time. You don't have to be creating new text. The same relationship, the same way this David Breed was far from the icon, let this one also be the same. So this is looking more balanced, right? Looking more balanced. I could drop this if I want. Drop the icon size, but like I said, I'm teaching, so I may not do all of that. Okay, so how do you say this? The image at the back, the icons, the gradients, all of that. Now what if I want something that looks like somebody learning? I could have used maybe a picture of, since the predominant text is welcome to class, I can use a picture of somebody in class. It's fine. It's fine too. Okay, I could just keep it that way too. I could do anything to make it look. You see, now this is a basic job. What makes it unique is now the creativity you put into it. That's what takes time. That's the one that makes people sit down and do the work for hours. And that's why sometimes graphic designers, that's why they charge high, because it takes a lot of brain work. So this is a basic design, and it can be made more creative. It can be improved upon, definitely. So I'll stop here, and then we'll have a new video. So what do you do when you're done? You just save it. So while it's saving, I'm stopping my video, and